What's up, guys? Welcome in. Thanks for joining us. Special edition Thursday night Fade You.
Sound a little more excited, Joey. We're live
I can't.
Thursday night football. This is like our first NFL pod.
If I wake my kids up, I gotta go put them back to sleep. All right,
I got a 2-month-old sleeping right next to me.
Yeah, week 4 NFL, man. We're excited. We're gonna break down this slate a little bit. We'll get into some stuff. Duke will bless us with some of his shitty NFL sides that he probably will be betting this
that he weekend. Doesn't cap. He just bets on poop.
That's it. Literally just bet straight garbage.
Whatever.
So we without further ado, let's jump right into week 4. Let me just retweet this so I can get it out.
Hi, Merrill.
Hi, Meryl. Thanks for accepting my friend request. Just kidding. So listen, a lot of games this week, a lot of good spots. I think we'll have some opportunities to make some money this weekend. But let's start with tonight's game. Let's start with the Dallas Cowboys at the New York Giants. Giants are plus 5.5. Seeing some 5s around. Hazmat Suit, why don't you start us off? I know of the three of us, with the exception of Chase, who likes the Cowboys here, and he can't join us tonight. He's at work. I know you probably have the strongest opinion of all three of us. So, Duke, why don't you start us off? Cowboys at Giants, 5.5, 5.
Yeah, I don't have the strongest opinion, but you guys know I love dogs at this number. I think it's one of the sharpest numbers in all of sports, that plus 5. It doesn't matter as much in basketball, obviously, because people lose by a 3 or a couple buckets, so your 5's going to cover. But in NFL, it's just right in between that field goal to the touchdown. If you go to overtime, you don't cover if the team gets a touchdown with the 6. So all you've seen, I was texting you guys earlier. I've lost so much money on this matchup the last couple of years because I have a fade guy who just Cowboys. And every time it seems to be in prime time where Daniel Jones sucks, or on Thanksgiving or some fucking highlight game, and he sucks. And so I'm going to be wearing it again. I don't know if I'll actually put a fucking Giants ticket in, but I'm going to have some exposure to them. So I'm a Giants fan tonight. But I have Giants under 6.5 wins. So a loss by 3.
Everybody wins.
A happy man.
Yeah, dude, I was looking back earlier because obviously I'm reading everywhere all day saying, Daniel Jones is only 1 on Sundays in the NFL. For fucking a gazillion on Thursdays and Mondays. No surprise there. He's probably the worst quarterback in the NFL. But hey, Buff, love you, buddy. So was it opening weekend last year where the Cowboys just absolutely fucking blasted them? It's like 40 to nothing or some shit like that, right?
Yeah.
Then came back a couple, I think it was mid-November, and just put up like a 50 spot on them again. But I don't think this Cowboys team is the same as last year's. This defense has been exploitable. They have looked absolutely fucking awful the first couple weeks of the season. Dak is Dak. The offense could still score points. Man, my opinion's not strong enough, and you guys know I don't like giving opinions if I don't have my own money on it. But I'm as close as I could possibly be to pulling the trigger on the Giants plus 5.5 without actually pulling the trigger on Giants plus 5.5. So last week, I posted an opinion. I said if I bet the game, I bet Washington money line. They fucking hammer Joe Burrow, Ellen DeGeneres on fucking national television and make them look fucking terrible. But yeah, of course, I have not $1 on it. I don't get a piece of the plus 350. So I'm gonna watch this game as a fan tonight. I also have Giants under everything. Gave that out. We gave that out together on Fade You earlier in the year, before the season started. But it would be Giants plus 5.5 for me or pass. So, Kmart, any opinion here?
Yeah, Sunday Matt and I were texting while the Niners were pissing. and we were both like, man, that Cowboys spot, as they're down 28-6, man, 7 now. What's it going to open up at? Basically opens up 4.5, like we thought. And we're, at the time it's like, yeah, like got to hammer the boys. Then it goes back 5.5, 6, back to 5.5. I've just kind of like you, I've wavered both. I can literally talk for probably 20 minutes why both teams could win, but I'm not going to. So for me, it's a pass. It's just like,
yeah, I think we're all on the same.
I'm really trying to avoid the coin flip games, and this to me smells like that.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, gun to my head, probably division home.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. It's like I'm probably not betting the Cowboys here, but if I had to, I'd probably pull the trigger on the Giants.
Like if I get them live plus money, might be hard to keep me off.
Let's move on to another game in the 1 o'clock window on Sunday. Minnesota at Green Bay. Ha! What up, BA? Thanks for joining in, buddy. Let's talk about Minnesota at Green Bay. This is a spot here where I've given out the only play I have locked in the NFL. I played Green Bay at -2.5 earlier today. With expecting Jordan Love not to play. Sounds like he did practice a little bit today. There was a brief media coverage at the Packers practice. He did not take any snaps during the media practice, during the media coverage of practice. So I don't know if maybe the Packers are trying to hide whatever from Minnie, or if maybe Willis is slated to start. Me and Kmart had this discussion before we went live. I prefer Willis under center Sunday versus the Vikings at home. It's a Packers team that I'm pretty high on, with or without Jordan Love. I think they have all the pieces in place. Obviously, everyone knows they lost opening night in Brazil to the Eagles, bounced back nicely with a dub versus the Colts, and then Willis went on the road to Tennessee and handled them last week. Everyone's like, I can't believe you're fading the Vikings. They're unbelievable. You're a big Sam Darnold guy. They're fucking undefeated, blah, blah, blah. Yep. Vikings were my best bet last weekend. Like I just said to someone on Twitter a little while ago, I just think this is a good spot to step in front of them. I'm personally looking to sell Minnesota high here.
Yeah, you are. Because like Sunday, I came to you and I'm like, oh, Minnesota plus 2.5. If Willis is playing, that's going to be my best bet. And you are like, no, like I've circled this game. Like I love this spot. And for me, like now that I see you're under the impression Willis is starting, I'm under the impression Love is going to actually start. So I've actually floated back to the Pack -3.
Funny, you went back to him for complete opposite reasons why.
Right. Yeah. Because it like for me, it makes more sense why the line is here, because I think even the books are pricing it that Love is going to play. And then I think if it comes out he's not, that line's going to move, like personally. Like Willis has been great in these 2 games, but I'm still not a believer. Probably like a lot of people aren't believers in Sam Darnold, not no.
Pronouncing his name.
But yeah, like I mean, both good defenses. I think Minnesota has a better defense, which would make things a lot more difficult on Willis than Love. So that like literally depending on who they announce, that's who I'm gonna probably be betting. So it could be Minnesota if it is Willis, but I haven't booked it in yet because I do believe it's going to be Love.
I don't think the books hang a 2.5 all week long with the expectation that Jordan Love actually plays. Like I said, I know that he had that ankle injury week 1 in Brazil. Willis has looked good. I'm a firm believer of stick with the hot hand. No sense in going back to Jordan, rushing him back. The offense has scored with Willis under center. Yeah, so it's Green Bay for me here. It's the only play I've officially given out so far. Hazmat Sue, any opinion here?
Lean that way with you guys. It's not one that I'm like particularly eyeballing that I want to put in maybe my contest 5, but definitely lean that way.
Cool. Let's move on. Denver at the New York Jets. Jets are laying 7.5 at MetLife. Does anybody have any action on this game? Kmart?
So I hate it, but the only reason I'm going to have action on this game is because it took 4 weeks, but I'm finally doing a teaser, and the Jets are one of those. Because I just feel like everyone after last week with the Donkeys are going to be like, oh my God, I think it's going to be a square dog. I don't think they're going to win, but I'm also not going to lay 7.5, even though that is the side I would lay. So I'm going to tease it, and stay tuned. I'll tell you who I'll tease it with later.
I just can't fucking condone any of this nonsense you're talking.
I
cannot condone any
of
it.
I know.
Like
first one, I'll just you know what? I just want action on these two games.
Teasers.
Yeah.
Square bets win too, Cheese.
Facts. All right, I'm actually interested. I think I have a good idea who the second leg is, but I will wait for you. Dookie, anything on Denver, New York?
No, not yet. I looked at it. It's interesting. 7.5. Kind of want to fade the Jets off the huge win, and I can see them squeaking out something. I just don't know. It's one of those where it's what Denver team are we going to get? Are we getting the one that scores 6 points against the Steelers and and then blew the lead and got 2 safeties and can't even finish at home against the Seahawks, or the ones that blow out the Bucs last week? It's one of those, kind of stay away from me.
Yeah, so for me in this spot, it would be Jets or pass. I'm not playing Denver coming off that huge win last week versus the Bucs. It would be another spot where I'd be looking to play against a team that looked like fucking Super Bowl champions last week. So yeah, it would be Jets or pass for me here. Let's move on. Let's go to, I know this is a game Duke has a huge opinion on, or at least he has in all 4 of our group chats all fucking week. So I can't wait for him to share it with everyone. Pittsburgh at Indy. Indy appears to be plus 1.5 across the board at most places. Duke, start us off.
Yeah, it's just one of those. The Colts have looked like ass. I've gotten multiple texts from people. Oh my God, Richardson sucks. He's such a moron. His IQ is less than fucking 2. All he does is throw picks. And now you're just dangling the 1.5 with the undefeated Steelers, who have looked like they got the best defense in the league. They're allowing fucking 8-9 points a game, something ridiculous. I just think it's a good spot. I almost wish the Colts lost to the Bears. I know they made it uglier. It looked worse. They only won by a score. If they would have lost and been 0-3 and this line came out, I think Cheese would have fucking been licking his chops with me. But
would have been all over it.
Yeah. But, we love it. It's hovering at that 1.5, 2, and I love when you just get that line freeze. If it went up to 3, 3.5, then the books respect that money. But I'm seeing all the tickets on Pittsburgh, and they're not moving that line. It's just one of those short, ugly home dogs that I just have to probably roll with.
Yeah. Kmart?
Yeah, this line screams Colts 100%, but that's not a side I'm looking to bet if I'm to bet this game. It's to me, I am so tempted because, as Chris just mentioned, square bets win too. And the Steelers defense is for real. I don't know how the Colts are going to run on them, even with Jonathan Taylor. Their offensive line isn't what it was when he was the rushing champ. My daughter wants to sit on my lap because she thinks I'm Santa Claus. But even on the other side, I do, as I'm looking at this, I do really like under 40 as well. I think that's a side I could very easily play. But I think Fields is going to have one of those Fields types games where he rushes for 100 yards, a touchdown or 2, because Colts can't defend the run at all. I think it's going to be a game just as ugly as that Chargers game, 20-10, something silly like that. But to what all the squares are, telling Chris, it was like your week 1 bet with Richardson. Colts covered +3 against the Texans, but I simply asked, will he complete over 60% of his passes? Didn't. And he's only gotten worse. He has a hell of an arm, but unless he transforms into Jaden Daniels or their offensive play caller, I don't see it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I know you guys know. So I'm an Indianapolis Colts fan. That's my team by default. Although I'm not like a huge fan, they are my NFL squad that I roll with. But man, Richardson is fucking bad, dude. He is awful. He is not someone. Not at this part of the season. Took me 4 weeks to finally catch y'all live. So nice, cool. Thanks, thanks, Doji. Um, this is not a Colts team that I'm looking to put my hard-earned money on at this point. And y'all know as much as anyone that I love the ugliest shit ever. And it normally tends to be my best bets. But like me and Duke tend to look at stuff, relatively the same way. But this is not an Indianapolis Colts team that right now I am looking to put not $1 on. I did bet them. They were my best bet week 1 versus the Texans. They did cover. But, man, I expected so much more out of this team, and they just are not very good. So let's move on, though. We got a lot of games to talk about. Let's stay in the AFC South. Jacksonville Jaguars, who just got beat down by 150 versus the Houston Texans, who just took an ass whooping by the Minnesota Vikings. Texans minus 6.5. Does anybody have an opinion on this game? Because I've looked at it, spent some good time on it, and I don't want to bet this Texans team as a 6.5 point favorite, but I also don't want to take 6.5 points with this Jacksonville team. I'm like, and I'm not a totals guy. I don't tend to do well with the totals, so I try to stay away from them. But man, this is not a game I want to be involved in. Kmart, is this a game you're involved in?
No, not at all. Same reasons you said. Like if I were to have a lean, it would be on the Jags just because they look so god awful. But Chase has said it in the chat. There's something wrong there. So I'm not looking to just throw my money at it because I want to look sharp or whatever. It's a pass.
Yeah, if you put a gun to my head and you were like, "Cheese, you have to bet this game," I would take the points. But yeah, Duke, you don't have nothing here, right?
Yeah, same. I mean, maybe look towards that division under, like you guys were talking about. I mean, Jags just gave up $1 million in prime time. They probably think this Houston offense is going to score, and the Jags will bounce back. The over's free money, right? What is it at right now?
45 and a half.
45 and a half, yeah. So lean that way. But yeah, like you said, Cheese.
Last time I looked.
Same as you, gun to head. It's going to be a road division dog off a blowout in prime time, 100%. But just not run into the, jump at the bit to bet this team.
Yeah, let's move on. Let's another game that I actually have an opinion on. It's probably going to make my card. Not official. Nothing's official until I tweet it on my end. But Cincinnati at Carolina. Carolina is plus 4.5 at home. Duke, do you want to start us off here? I know this is a game that you're looking at. I know we talked about it earlier.
Yeah, I mean, Ham, our boy Ham, tweeted, said his best bet last week was Panthers money line. I had Panthers plus whatever, 4 or 5 in the contest. Blowout winner. We love Dalton, the upgrade, especially off the Raiders' huge win outright against the Ravens. Perfect spot. So we had that. And now here you go, coming home off the huge win, and Cincy off the fucking really bad loss. And now all you got to do is lay 4.5. I'm still waiting to see if I'm going to do. I like that the line is coming down towards the Panthers a little bit with all the money probably and the liability on the Bengals. I just haven't thought about if this will make the final card /5. What about you? I know you think this is a play for you.
Yeah, so I'm looking at Carolina. I'm not even looking at taking the 4.5 points. I'm looking at playing them plus 170 on the money line. And I'm also looking at playing them alternate line minus 2.5 plus 225. And listen, I just think the Cincinnati team is absolutely fucking god awful. I don't think Joe. What's up, Ham? I don't think Joe Burrow's that guy. He hasn't looked good. Their offensive line has been atrocious. Their defense has looked fucking god awful. They have no pass rush. Man, like, I think, go back to Keenan. What Keenan say? Cheese, 1 week late on Panthers. Blow me. My best bet of the week, that hat ain't leaving Joey's head until May 25th. Love this hat. Listen, I think it's a good spot for the Red Ray for Andy Dalton. I think Andy Dalton not only covers this spread, I think the Panthers probably win this game. I got a little more work to do on it. Haven't made it official yet. We did see the Panthers get blown out by the Saints. We seen them get blown out by a fucking god-awful, raggedy Chargers team. I was on Carolina that week. Jordan, you might be right, dude. You might be right. I think Dalton has a big game this weekend. Don't be surprised to see Cheese come in with the alt line. For those of you that don't know, my alt line record is fucking ridiculous. I am 17, 7, and 1 on the alt line since college basketball 2022. So yeah, and we've had some pretty fucking ridiculous alt line hitters.
Well, I mean, 17 of those wins came with UConn when you were just riding that wave.
9 of them are with UConn. Yes. 9 of the 17 are with UConn. Yes. But either way, Carolina's a real spot this weekend. Chances are they make my card. Kmart, opinion here?
I mean, I'd honestly look to go the other way. I mean, Bengals spiraling faster than I don't even know. I don't know the words, but I just think a lot of people are going to see, oh, Andy Dalton, oh, Panthers. See, we knew they didn't suck. Oh my God, Bengals couldn't stop Jaden Daniels. It's just great offensive play calling. I don't know. Like I'm not playing it, but I would lean Bengals -4.5 on the road. I just think it's going to get super trendy on the Panthers because of what they did. But let's not get crazy. It was just the Raiders. Like they're not really a playoff caliber team.
But Kmart, like that's the thing though. Like it's Thursday and Carolina's still not trendy. Like Carolina would have already been trendy. Like Cincy is the trendy side here. There's no way Joe Burrow goes 0-4. No chance, right? No shot. I mean, you could still get him +140 to make the playoffs. Who's not hammering that? You liked him at -210. You got to love him at +130, right?
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I've heard a lot of chatter on Panthers, but I mean, maybe everyone feels the same way I do.
I just think this Bengals team is absolutely trash, and I'm not putting my money on Ellen DeGeneres.
I mean,
I agree with Jordan.
Like, I'm not betting the Bengals. I'm just saying I would prefer to play that side.
I agree. Literally exactly what Jordan just said. Took the words right out of my mouth. Everyone thinks Cincinnati has to win. I'm telling you right now, Cincinnati does not have to win a fucking thing. This team is done. They are absolutely done. They are garbage.
Just like the Niners are done, right?
I mean, I came on the pod and said I think they win 9 games. I mean, they're 1-2. Yeah.
What's if they squeak out a win against Cincy? I mean, against Washington, they beat the Chiefs. They're 2-1. What's this line then? I mean, wow, very close to being that.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Saints, Falcons, another division game. Falcons -2.5 at home. Any opinion here? Kmart?
No, not really. I kind of lean the Falcons, but not enough to actually play it.
Yeah, I mean
the heart wants the Saints, but the numbers say the Falcons, so I just can't.
Duke?
Yeah, I had a couple squares text me that they like the Saints, so you got those short, trendy dogs. I just like that the Falcons, looked like shit at the end of that game and in prime time. The Saints the narrative is they should have won. They blew that against the Eagles and lean that way, but probably not make it. I like a couple other
spots better. Yeah, so like my opinion here goes back to my opinion with like Pitt Indy. Like I think Indy's the spot. I'm not willing to play it. Like I think Falcons are probably the right side here, but like I'm not looking to put my money on Kirk Cousins if it's not fucking 8:30 at night on a Monday. Yeah, so Kirk Cousins ain't getting not a penny from me here. I still think the Saints are
No, he's good at 1 p.m. starts, Cheese. He's good at 1 p.m.
Yeah, no, I'd rather bet him at night when everyone else hates him. Yeah, I mean, I still think the Saints team is pretty good. I know everyone said that they were just riding high, scoring 1,000,000 points. Played the Eagles really tough last week. Probably should have won that game. So yeah, I'm still a little bit higher on the Saints than most people. So not a game I'm looking to get involved in. But on paper, I do think it's Falcons or pass. Here's another one I know a few of us have an opinion on. Rams at Bears. Couple spots. You might be able to still find Chicago juiced at -2.5. A bunch of threes popping. Kmart, why don't you start us off here? Because I know we like the same side.
Yeah, and again, this was something Matt and I were texting while the Rams were looking like they were going to win on Sunday, and it was Rams going into Chicago, face the shitty Bears, who are going to lose yet again. Their only win is because of a punt block and a crazy pick six, but still good defense. Rams, you can put points up on them. Still don't know if the Bears are going to be able to run on them, but maybe they use Rashawn Johnson a little more. I think Caleb finally got going a little bit. He's seeming to progress a little bit more week after week. I know I'm a Trojan homer, but
big time Trojan homer.
I mean, I might be, but I'm more of a 49er homer. I can't see clearly. It's like the white whale. I just can't see clearly.
USC and the 49ers both suck.
I mean, that's fine.
I'm just kidding.
That's fine. I mean, speaking of the Niners, I got this sexy Fred Warner jersey. It's signed by him. Got it in a silent auction.
Does it say I blew a 10-point lead against the Rams last week?
It does. Anyway.
So it's Bears for you?
Yeah, Bears. But yeah, that's the only bet I've made so far this week in the NFL.
What number did you get it at?
I waited for it to tick up to 3.
What an ass.
It was always juice, so I got -3 at -105.
Okay.
Because even at the time, like even on DraftKings, if I tried to go to 3, it wasn't giving me even. So I was just like, I'll wait, make sure. I wanted to see it go to 3 and not 2. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Duke, any opinion here?
Yeah, I have a couple of people. I mean, they never bet dogs. It's fave. And when you see a couple of Rams text getting, the Rams are catching 3. They're fade the Bears laying the points. I think that I'm just scared that it might turn in. I don't think it will. I remember was it 2 weeks ago, Cheese, when the Titans suddenly were this like trendy fave. We'll take
I could not understand why everyone was so quick to back fucking Levis.
Yeah. So as long as I don't see a million Bears tickets, if everyone's on the Rams, then I'm like snap call off the Rams coming back, touchdown dogs, huge comeback. It was cool. I was there in the house. It was fucking epic. It was cool to see. But you got to think this is just now. You got to go across 2 time zones and come back. So,
dude, I text our group. I was like, why do every good sports bettor I know loves the Titans say? Like, what am I not seeing here? I remember that. Yeah, I mean, I know the Rams are missing a bunch of key pieces. No Kupp, no Puka. Still no problem. Beat the 49ers. But put up what? 20. What was it? 27-24 Kmart?
Yeah.
Something like that, right? I know he kicked that field goal.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a spot to back the Bears. I don't normally lay juice or try not to.
Yo, what's your record? I know you're betting 5 to compete against them.
He's 6-9. He's a point ahead. Suck my hog.
No, Ham's getting you.
Listen. We know it's not how you start; it's how you finish, baby.
Correct. Listen, I'm thinking about getting to the window on Bears -2.5, minus 115. It has ticked up to 3 in a lot of places. I do have a -3, -105 available. I wouldn't take the -150 money line off the table right now. Not a spot I would normally go to. I don't know if you guys have ever seen me lay 150. But Bears money lines in play. I haven't really decided which way I'm playing this game, but between Carolina and Chicago, I'm going to find something between them. I will have some action somewhere. So, yeah, let's move on. Let's go to the Eagles Bucks. Before we talk about it, we know for idiot number 4, Chase, also really likes the Bucks here. That is a side that he will be tweeting out if he didn't already. So Chase liked the Cowboys and the Bucks. Did want to get that out for him while he's working. He should be with us, though, Saturday morning, I believe. So, Duke, you want to start us off? Eagles, Bucks plus 1.5 across the board at most spots. What do you got here?
Yeah, I agree with Chaz. Eagles, huge comeback win. Bucks absolutely destroyed by Bo Nix and that Broncos. And I don't know. I mean, I think it's going to be kind of the same narrative how they talked about the Ravens are going to come back. It's a revenge game from last year, blah, 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 because the Bucks knocked them out of the playoffs. So, the Eagles are going to get them back. Not so fast. Give me it looks like all the actions on the Eagles, but that line's staying right where it's at, plus 1.5. So lean the Bucks for sure.
Yeah. Same here. It's Bucks are probably
trash. I'm fading Hurts. Fuck him. He's garbage. Give me that Bucks D. They're going to destroy him over 7.
Not even fading Hurts. I mean, but yeah, like AJ Brown probably not going to play. Devontae Smith is fucked up.
Did he get concussed on that hit?
He's been filling in for AJ Brown. Is out. Like, who's he going to throw it to? And he's been throwing picks and turning the ball over with great receivers. So now what? Like, he's going to have to force stuff to Goddard all game.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, love the Bucks.
Bucks are the other spot. Yeah. Bucks are the other spot at 1:00 that I'm contemplating. Not sure yet if I'll get to the window on them, just because I do think the Eagles are a team we will be talking about come January. But yeah, as of right now, it's Bucks or pass for me. But let's move on. We don't have a lot of time left. We still got half a dozen games to get to. Kmart, I'll let you talk about your squad. -10.5 at home versus the Patriots. What do you got here?
I mean, yeah, you got to put the mortgage on the Niners. Like, they suck. They're dead. McCaffrey's out until Christmas. Hargrave is out. Who else is out? Elliott just got injured, broke his dick in practice today. Debo probably out. Kittle, I think, is going to play. And yeah, I mean, fade the injuries. No, like, I mean, honestly, like, I'm not going to bet it, but I did think about it for a minute, and I thought, man, Patriots came out like they're 1-2, but in 2 games, like, they were very, very competitive. Took the Seahawks to overtime Thursday night. Like, I thought,
won that game.
Blown out by the Jets. And it is the injuries why I'm not going to lay it. Like, I don't know. Like, they're good enough to get a backdoor cover, especially at 10.5. Like, but at 10.5, that's why I'm kind of tempted. It's like, 9.5. I'd be like, well, maybe it is the Pats, but 10.5. Everyone's like, oh, we get the free hook. Like, I think, like, and that's the thing. I think books are onto this bullshit where it's like, oh, I get the hook, kind of like in a game we're going to talk about, I think, later. Yeah, where you get that hook, and it's like, oh, easy. Like, yeah, maybe it works out 30% of the time, but most of the time, yeah, they're on to our shit.
Right. This ain't a game I have a real opinion on. Duke, I know you don't. We looked at it. You don't really have a strong opinion here, right? What'd that say, Kmart? Go back to that chat.
Thomas hates it for us Pats fans.
It's unfortunate, Tommy. All right, let's move on. This is a game I wanted to talk about in the early 4 o'clock window, 1 o'clock for you dirtbags on the West Coast. Washington at Arizona, Zona -3.5. We know our good friend, our homie Clint loves Zona. They are a side that I am looking to be on also at 4 o'clock. Jaden Daniels just looked like fucking Joe Montana.
Anybody they had a great game plan. That's what I was saying earlier. It was 0 read or 1 read for Jaden. He got all that confidence, and that game-winning touchdown was beautiful. Like, beautiful throw. Like, we all know he can throw the ball accurately, but to actually set him up for success, I think is what an average fan doesn't see. And this is the game I was alluding to. I just didn't know when we talk about it, where Commandos just beat the piss out of the Bengals. Not one punt in the game by either team.
Washington hasn't punted.
3.5.
Washington hasn't punted since the 14-minute mark of the fourth quarter, week 1.
Yeah, oh my God.
Week 1.
I would if I could find the prop, I'd almost bet that they're going to punt on their first possession.
You're starting to sound like me with the outrageous takes. I love it.
Yeah, and then we got our other buddy Joe. AZ Altline -13.5, and it seems ludicrous, but it's
in play.
I wasn't looking at this game at all until about 5 minutes ago. I got my DraftKings lines up here, and I scrolled down. I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." I think this game for me is going to be
I'm probably going to tease Arizona. I'm probably going to tease Arizona to +2.
You should. You should do that. They're not going to lose.
Just stop. Yeah, I love Arizona here in this spot too. Duke, you have still got a few more games to get to, and I want to watch. Thursday Night Football.
Move it on.
You got nothing here? No. All right. Well, let's move on to Kansas City Chiefs at the LA Chargers +7. Division game, not a spot I'm looking to get involved in. I know Duke says it all the time. Patty doesn't cover the big numbers.
I'll get it.
But those of you that know me, I don't like to step in front of Patrick Mahomes. He's made me a gazillion dollars. Not looking to fade him.
That is exactly why this is the other leg in my teaser.
Yeah.
But no, it's because think about it. Chargers came out of Pittsburgh injured. Herbert's probably not going to play because the Chargers have a bye in week 5. Just go in 2-2, get healthy, come back out,
get back to stuck week 6. Yeah, it makes sense.
Even with Herbert, they're probably not going to beat the Chiefs.
I agree.
So
your official teaser is
right game.
So your official teaser is Jets -0.5 point and Kansas City at a pick'em?
-1.5 Jets, -1 Chiefs.
Oh, 6-point teaser. My bad. Yep. Yeah. All right. Duke, opinion here?
No, funny thing Kmart mentions is the bye. One of the best fucking crazy ass random trends of the last 20 years. Play on the division team playing their a foe heading into the bye. It's unreal, almost 70%.
71.
That would be the Chargers. It's only about 5 times a year, which is nice. You don't have to fucking play 15 trends or whatever. So this is them. Obviously, there's no bullet.
It's 71. It's 71%.
Yeah. Must have 2005 starter playing. It doesn't matter. It's just okay. So I'm going to be on the Chargers, even though that backup looks like shit. But my name is Hazmat, not fucking shiny diamond royal, fucking beautiful plays.
They are ugly. All right, Browns at Raiders. Raiders -1.5. Browns look fucking awful. Raiders team's not good.
No opinion, sir.
Gardner Minshew's not him. I don't think Deshaun Watson's him either. Not a game that I spent more than 15 minutes on. I will not be involved here. Kmart, you involved here? So we can move on.
Seconds,
no opinion. Move on, sir.
Duke, you got nothing here, right? Yeah. Not a game I even want to talk about. They both suck. Sunday Night Football. I think it's the best game of the week. I had all intentions all week of absolutely piling Buffalo +2.5 and money line in Baltimore. I think this Ravens team is absolutely trash. I think Jackson is garbage. He might be the third best running back in the NFL, but he is a bottom tier quarterback. He is garbage. Their defense hasn't looked great. You can only give the ball to Henry so many times. But man, I fucking hate how good Buffalo looked the other night. If Buffalo like squeaks a win by Jacksonville or forget that, if they lose to Jacksonville, Buffalo is an absolute Hiroshima, Nagasaki nuke of the fucking century on Sunday Night Football. But I don't even know at this point. I don't even know if I'm going to be involved. Like, I could see Buffalo being like a square dog. Josh Allen's going to win fucking league MVP. He's going to win Super Bowl MVP this year. Buffalo's winning the shit. But like, do you go into Baltimore and leave with a W? Duke, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I was kind of leaning your way too, but then I just
Ham knows.
Maybe even a 2020 fucking accord. Nah, lean Ravens just because, like you said, this seems like they want the better. The public loves a team that is either better or equal with catching points, especially in prime time. And then this will be a teaser. Tease it up to fucking 7.5, 8.5, baby. All they gotta do is win by less than a touchdown. Fuck that, Raven cock. Take the best running back in the league, even though he's
Lamar Jackson,
Saquon Barkley.
Kmart, what do you got here? Anything?
No, kind of similar to another game. I can kind of pick both sides. I do kind of agree with Joe, Bill Cock. Thought I was about to say Bill Cosby there for a second. Like, well, but I don't know. I think, both teams blowing out. They hang at 2.5. It's tough. Like I do lean Bills.
I texted our group before, like an hour before the Jags game, and I said, please let Buffalo struggle tonight because I am piling them next week in Baltimore. And then what happens? They win by fucking 300. So, yeah, I don't even know if I'm going to be involved in that spot anymore. But it's still built like
it's kind of like the Ravens Cowboys for me last week. It was just that's why I told you guys. It's like good luck.
Yeah. All right. Well, enough with Sunday Night Football. We got games starting in a few minutes. Let's touch on these two Monday night games. Damn. All right, Monday night, Tennessee at Miami, possibly the two worst teams in the NFL. I want nothing to do with this. Although,
no opinion, won't even watch.
We love our Dolphins under 9.5 ticket right now.
Dolphins under 9.5 that we gave out on the show might be the smoothest, easiest, no sweat lock of the fucking century. Snoop Huntley ain't winning fucking 9 games. Fucking Tua might not fucking see Christmas. His bitch ass. All right, Monday night, Seattle at Lions, another really good game. It is Seattle or pass for me here. I think Geno is the real deal, and I'm not saying the Lions aren't. I just could see Seattle keeping this game within the 3.5. That is a game Monday night that there is a chance I get to the window on. Kmart?
Honestly, because it's Monday night, haven't really looked at it yet. I think early lean is on the home team, the Lions, just because they did kind of look so awful last week in Arizona, just 20-13. But I felt like it should have been like 30 points. Just it seemed like both teams were just getting stuffed at the line, going for it. I just really hate being on such a public side, so I don't know.
Yeah,
probably
Dude,
pass.
Opinion here?
Yeah, lean with cheese. Yeah, points or nothing. Haven't really got there either. I'll wait and see a little bit more. It's interesting that we got the back-to-back Monday doubleheaders on Monday night. It's pretty cool. It's social media.
Rusty bets. Rusty's the man. So yeah, listen, real quick before we wrap this up and watch Thursday Night Football. Don't forget, catch the 4 idiots. Hopefully, all 4 of us live Saturday morning for college football. 10:30, 10:45 Eastern Standard Time. early for you Pacific guys, probably 7:30, 7:45 for y'all. But yeah, make sure you tune in. Check our page. Check my page. Already posted some stuff. And yeah, let's find some winners, and we'll see you guys. Thanks, Doji. We'll see you guys Saturday morning. Let's cash some tickets.
Don't forget to hammer poop.